when two former college lovers set off on a trip of a lifetime. They have no idea they'll end up fighting for their lives.
Dave!
Lost in the rainforest without food or water.
Snake.
They're easy prey to predators.
There's something out there.
With no hope of rescue,
I think we should just slash our wrists.
they decide to take their own lives.
We were gonna die out there. Having control over when we die is all that we had. What is it?
I don't know.
Jaguar?
No, there's more than one.
They've stumbled on a pack of wild Amazonian pigs. Dave knows how ferocious they can be.
The locals have said that they're really the most dangerous thing to encounter in the forest, other than a snake. They're aggressive. If wild boars got a hold of you, it'd probably knock you to the ground quickly, and then you would have several animals on top of you biting and really just eating and going to work. The way to avoid any confrontation is to let them know that you are different, that you are not something that's in their normal habitat.
Their encounter with the pigs leaves them jumpy and exhausted. Crystal's feet are badly blistered, and she's been without her antidepressants for 3 days now. Her depression could return at any time.
I can't go on much further, Dave. I'm tired. And my foot.
We'll get out of this ravine and we can make camp.
I thought that it would be nice, it might even be comforting if we had some type of shelter. So we came up with the idea of making a teepee.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It was drawing us closer together. She told me that if I was as I was while we were lost, if we had always had that relationship in that past year, that we would still be together, that she saw all the things that she had fallen in love with in the first place.
It looks good.
We were trying to get our minds off of what we were going through, and we got even closer.
My feelings had not changed since the day I met her. I was still in love with her. I still wanted her to be in my life and with me forever.
Night falls, and with it comes the nocturnal predator their shelter can't protect them from. Mosquitoes. Thousands of them.
The worst of it was the sounds. It's just this loud buzzing throughout the night, and you feel like they're everywhere. They would give me mosquito bites on my eyelids if I had my eyes closed, or on my forehead that were just driving me insane. Sleep was increasingly becoming more and more of an issue, and I knew that eventually I'm going to have sleep. I can't go multiple days without sleep. It's going to drive me insane.
In a bid to escape the mosquito onslaught, they come up with a bizarre plan.
Crystal said, well, we should cover our bodies in mud. That would work well of keeping the mosquitoes off of us. We got inside the hole and pushed the mud in on top of each other, covered our faces, and we laid there in the mud and tried to be as still as possible. It actually felt pretty comforting laying there and I felt like I was completely covered. I felt like I was going to be safe from the mosquitoes. I thought it was going to be a great night.
But Dave couldn't be more wrong. A massive tropical thunderstorm is building in the skies above them. And it's about to put them in the greatest danger yet.
Within a few minutes, we were forced out of our hole. We would have drowned there.
They've never experienced anything like it.
It's very hard to explain how loud it can get. You can't even talk to someone who's right next to you by screaming. That's the only way I can describe how loud it was.
They are soaked within seconds.
It was the coldest I had ever been. Couldn't stop. My body was just going into convulsions and shaking. And my teeth were chattering.
Any hope of sleep is gone. Then, just when they think things couldn't get any worse, lightning brings down a huge tree dangerously close to them.
If it had landed on us, we surely would have died in that.
The storm has shaken Crystal to the core.
There's never been a worse night in my life than that night.
When a family of 4 join their closest friend to go fishing on the Zambezi River, the outing quickly turns into a desperate fight for survival. Thrown into crocodile-infested waters, 4 of them become human live bait, while one fights for his life amongst some of Africa's deadliest predators.
Oh my God.
At any moment, one of us would be taken by a crocodile.
I thought it was over, I really did.
What's the time?
There was no warning.
It was just this huge boom, and I was in the water. I think my subconscious was saying, this is it, this is the end. It was only when I actually was pulled back to the surface and gasping for air that suddenly then the reality of what had actually happened hit me.
They've survived the Hippo attack, but now they're in even greater peril. They've capsized in one of the most crocodile-infested rivers in the world.
To think about, you know, my bare, dangly legs, it sent a chill through me, thinking that any moment now, one of us would be taken by a crocodile.
Clive Kelly has watched his wife Brenda sucked under the crocodile-infested river. He has no idea if she is alive or dead.
Brenda! Brenda! Where are you?
Although Clive can't hear them, his wife, along with his daughter Faye, her husband Arthur and their best friend Alistair, have all surfaced underneath the boat.
Brenda!
But the group's immediate danger is not crocodiles.
The current was actually so strong in that part of the river that it actually swept us out from underneath the boat.
The Zambezi is famous for its unpredictable and deceptively strong currents. Many people drown in its eddies and whirlpools every year.
The one thing that I thought of was the fact that my children could have been with me and that I would have lost them because they would have been just thrown out of the boat. You know, they would have just been gone.
Brenda had gone swim very well. She was screaming and struggling.
She obviously needed something to hold on to, and she had swallowed a lot of water and was gasping for air and kind of pushed onto me so that she could get her breath back. And I'm like, you know, Mum, you know, you're pushing me down.
Oh, Brenda, I got you. I got you.
It's just so strong, and we were being swept away. It was just incredible that Arthur was there when we needed him. Somehow he managed to keep hold of the two of us.
We were all getting washed down together. We basically hung on to each other. It was very hard to swim against a strong current.
The boat has become snagged in the middle of the river.
Just relax, Brenda, relax.
Clive and Alistair are able to cling on to it while the current drags the others downstream.
Clive and I, we couldn't do much. We sat on the front of the boat and we watched them.
I had no idea where we were going. All I knew was that we were being swept away.
The current was really, really strong and it was just sweeping us down. We were trying to make our way to shallow waters. We knew it was our only hope of survival.
Luckily, the current actually took us towards the middle of the river, which was slightly shallower.
It's a sandbag.
There was a submerged island.
The first thing I did is start vomiting because I swallowed half a Zambezi.
Alistair has seen his friends struggle against the current. He knows Clive would find it virtually impossible to make it to the sandbank.
Clive can hardly swim, so it was difficult because he couldn't say, hey, swim over to the sandbank or do this or do that. We just had to sit down and settle down onto the boat.
Arthur, Faye and Brenda aren't much better off.
When we finally got to where we could stand, it was kind of a relief, but we knew that it was just a temporary relief.
The river is full of crocodiles and very huge crocodiles that would have no fear of man. And I believe most of those crocodiles in that area just look at you as a food source. So definitely there's a big chance you will be eaten.
From his position on the boat, Alistair assesses the situation. The group's chances of being rescued on this remote stretch of the river are slim. He knows that every year hundreds of people die of crocodile attacks on the Zambezi. As the only single man in the group,
Arthur!
he takes a calculated risk.
I'm going to swim to that bank and get help. Don't risk it up. He's crazy.
It was quite fast water. I started swimming slowly, just I was a bit scared that splashing around the crocs I'd attract crocodiles. I was probably swept down 300-400 meters. I was pretty tired by then. I saw a little inlet up ahead, so I paddled into the inlet.
Out of sight from the others, Alistair finally reaches the safety of the riverbank.
As my feet touched the ground, I looked up. About 10 yards away, there was this crocodile in the water just looking at me. It was scary. I didn't quite know what to do. I think I actually panicked. I decided the best thing to do is try go for the crocodile and maybe chase it. I went under the water just to try to see where the croc was. As I started to go towards the croc, it came for me. It was going for my legs, and I pushed it away with my left hand. Its teeth cut my left hand up a bit, and it disappeared. It just latched straight onto my arm. It was just trying to really tear my arm off.
Alistair is trapped in a death roll, a spinning maneuver used by crocodiles to drown and dismember their prey.
I was getting pretty weak. I thought it was over, I really did. I couldn't see any way of getting out of it.
His right arm trapped in the crocodile's jaws, Alistair thinks of one last thing that might save him.
I took my left arm and tried to get it inside the crocodile's jaw. They've got a flap in the back of the throat which keeps the water out when they're underwater. I tried to reach that. The second I did that, once I got my other fingers inside the mouth, it let go.
The savage attack has broken Alistair's arm in 3 places. His shoulder joint has been ripped from its socket.
I was pretty scared I was going into shock. I was very weak. I lost a lot of blood.
All he can do to stem the blood loss is to make a tourniquet. Arthur, Faye and Brenda lost sight of Alistair soon after he was swept downriver. They have no idea that he has been attacked by a crocodile.
I distinctly heard him shouting, "Oh my God, oh my God." And we just thought he was exhausted. and was just kind of relieved that he'd got to the other side.
Mother! I've been nailed by a croc!
Oh, God.
Although Alistair is clear of the water, he is still vulnerable to attack.
I was worried about the croc coming back again. I wanted out of there as fast as I could. The sun was pretty hot, and there was one tree in this pile of rocks that I went and I sat under to try and sort my arm out.
Alistair's natural painkillers are beginning to wear off. He's feeling the full force of his injuries. The slightest movement is agony.